Hello, another video from me, you know who. Be reviewing another lens, like I said I would today, and that's the Voigtlander. It's the 20mm color scope-R. It's an F3.5 speed. In the second video, I'll be showing you a close-up of this lens compared to all the Nikkor 20mm prime lenses. Obviously, in my crazy yet logical rating system, where does this lens rate? It actually is an incredible lens. I mean, I've got two of them. Why do I need two of them? I don't. Focus is incredibly close. It'll actually focus down to 7.7 inches. It's 9 elements. Rear element is aspherical. The rear element is actually incredibly tiny. It's a lot smaller than Nikon's smallest lens, which is actually rather rare. A lot of you people have bought this lens on my recommendation. It's the Nikkor 20mm F3.5. It's an older AIS manual focus lens. Obviously this lens has no CPU contact, so those of you that are using a Nikon 5000 series or 3000 series cannot use that lens. Well, you can, but there's no non-CPU metering on 3000, 5000 series Nikon cameras. This one actually does have a chip inside, like the other Voigtlanders, and I'll be reviewing the 58mm Nocton f1.4 Voigtlander tomorrow. I only do so many reviews in one day. So where does this lens rank? Well, it's right at the borderline between the cat's ass and the tits. So it sits right on the fence. It actually is a hair sharper than the 20mm f3.5 Nikkor. It is about 14 millimeters shorter. As short as this lens is, it's actually about 14 millimeters shorter. I actually have a filter on there right now, a multi-coated filter. So it, just like the other Voigtlanders, is just silky smooth. The reason I bought two of these is that Voigtlander, which is owned by a subsidiary that you all know about, they stopped making the 75mm and the 90mm for Nikon, and even though they're owned by a much larger conglomerate, they have to stand on their own feet as a company. And I don't think they're necessarily going anywhere, but it's basically an unknown lens company. I mean, it really is. I mean, they could decide that, hey, we keep dumping money into this company, and we don't need to keep bleeding out of every orifice, and they actually might stop making these lenses. So that is somewhat of a concern. I've seen that happen before with other companies that make a really, really divine product. I mean, you're talking about a very small company that produces exquisite quality. And many people that have owned high-end Zeiss lenses and Leica lenses, and I've used them, they agree that this is basically as good as a Leica lens, except for the price of a new Nikon lens. Now, this lens is rather expensive new. It is $500 new from B&H or Autorama. I told you about Camera Quest, and you can actually get a package deal for $1 more, and I have no connection to them at all. You can get a $60 B&W filter if you buy from them. Oddly enough, no, the 40mm Voigtlander is $440 some new, and the 28mm is $479 new. I'll be reviewing the 58mm Nocton f1.4 Voigtlander tomorrow. It is cheaper. Typically you can find it for about $350 used, but I'll talk about that lens tomorrow. Now the 20mm, you're not going to find a deal on it. You might, but I've really never seen them. You can find them basically for $100 off, so you can find them for $400. Sometimes a hair cheaper, but these lenses never last use, and nobody ever gets rid of them. It's an extremely small, 20mm is basically one of my favorite prime lenses. It really is, and I absolutely love this lens. And some people have bitched and moaned that this lens has too much vignetting until you reach f8, but that's the case with all these 20mm. I mean, except for the f1.8, and this is an $800 lens Nikkor. F1.8, the G series Nikkor. A whole lot of plastic, by the way, but still an exquisite lens, and definitely the best out of all of these as far as corner-to-corner sharpness, and perfect for use for astrophotography. Then you go on the Flickr page and obviously see countless images out of the 20mm Voigtlander. It's made for Canon and it's made for Nikon. They don't make it for Pentax anymore. It's divinely short, it's incredibly dense, and it's just like focusing hot butter. I mean, it is exquisite. I can't think of any other further details that I actually wanted to tell you about this lens as far as any technical details. Everybody kept asking me about it, and it's like everybody's psychic. They can anticipate what it is I'm going to review next. I have no connection to Voigtlander. I paid for all of these lenses out of my own pocket. You know, nobody's shilling for me. Nobody's giving me any free stuff at all. So, you know, if you think, oh, you know, you keep doing all these Voigtlander reviews, what the hell is up with that? Well, I've been meaning to get to these lenses. I recently bought a second copy of 2 of these lenses because, you know, they've discontinued the 75mm and the 90mm Voigtlander for Nikon, and they discontinued all the Pentax ones. So there's no reason to consider that, since these are such exquisitely high quality and they're so incredibly cheap, I kind of have a sixth sense that this company could actually be absorbed or be lost and reincorporated into their subsidiary, and for that very reason I bought a second one. Incredible quality. The company that owns Voigtlander is Cosina. And I said the 20mm is rather expensive. It is $500, obviously so. 52mm front filter, yeah, angle of view, 94 degrees. Yeah, exquisitely, you can't get good bokeh, obviously, out of ultra wide like this, but it does have 9 aperture blades, and it is just absolute exquisite precision. The only reason that I don't rate, in my crazy rating system, I don't rate this 20mm Voigtlander as the tits, it's because it does have a good bit of vignetting at F3.5 and at F6, but to me, that I don't mind it at all. It's hard to get an ultra compact lens like this. It really is just about impossible. I mean, even the full size, shall we say, which is made forever and still made today, 28mm f2.8D series, Nikkor, and the AIS version, which is the same optically, the earlier manual focus version, you know, they all have vignetting wide open up to about f8. They all do, and they all have corner sharpness issues. The only way you can actually overcome that, mostly, not entirely, is by purchasing the rather expensive AFS-G 20mm f1.8 Nikkor, which is perfect for astrophotography, and it's definitely the sharpest out of all these 20mm. But I mean, this is a tiny ass little pancake, and it is just sharp as the nuts. And but it's not cheap. It's $500, and if you think you're going to find a deal on one, you really aren't. You might luck out and find a deal on one, but you really aren't. But I love the fact that it does have incredibly close focus at just under 8 inches. The only negative I can actually think about it, and it's not really a negative at all, is it does have a long throw. The throw is the distance between infinity to closest setting. Now it is rather extreme, especially for an ultra wide. And when you start getting towards 20mm, the typical throw is about 60% less than this. We're talking about here to here, but this one keeps going on further. So the throw on this lens is actually rather extreme. To me, that's not a big deal. It is slightly irksome if you want to actually change from infinity to close-up focus, but you actually can't fault that as being a negative against the lens. Anyway, this is a 20mm Voigtlander, 20mm color Scopar Voigtlander, $500 new, 9 elements and 6 groups, 52mm front filter. Absolutely silk, sex, and sugar. It's an exquisite lens. It is not cheap, that's for darn sure. And take a look at the next video, and I'll give you a close-up view of it and compare and contrast it to all of Nikon's other 20mm, and I'll take a quick peek-see at it. And I'll be reviewing the Voigtlander 58mm Nocton f1.4 tomorrow. Here we have, of course, as I've already reviewed, the 40mm Voigtlander and the f2, and the incredibly awesome, both of them are awesome actually, both of them are absolutely the tits. They're incredible. The 28mm f2.8 Voigtlander, and here I just reviewed the 20mm, and I said tomorrow will be the 58mm. And I'll give you a little secret on that lens, but I won't talk about it until tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll have a neat little secret. Most of you never even heard of Voigtlander, so when I'm talking about a secret about a lens about a lens company that most people never heard of. So I guess it's all a secret for most people, but such is the case. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, drop me a buck or two, or go tell me to jump off the cliff. And as you can tell from our prior 2 videos, I do have a healthy sense of humor. And I will not apologize for it. Thank you.